The argument against the man, investigating him and two others for political corruption. That would be Oklahoma County District Attorney David Prater.
This is an abuse of power, I think, at its worst.
Terrill made his comments during a radio interview with our political analyst, Scott Mitchell. Terrill says there is no truth to the allegations that he and fellow Republican State Representative Mike Christian conspired with Democratic State Senator Debbe Leftwich to rig the election for her open Senate seat. Christian and Leftwich have also denied any wrongdoing. Leftwich was allegedly going to be given a new $80,000 a year position in the medical examiner's office in exchange for her stepping down from her Senate seat. The governor vetoed the bill that would have created that new position.
What has transpired here, and again, observing this from a distance, is not only defamatory to the elected officials involved, it's absolutely preposterous. It is demeaning. And, Scott, I've got to tell you, I believe it to be a serious abuse of process by the district attorney.
Terrill says he plans to file a complaint against Prater with the Oklahoma Bar Association. Prater not commenting on the investigation, but will move forward with a multi-county grand jury to collect evidence. That grand jury is scheduled to meet on July 19th. Scott Mitchell, who talked to Randy Terrill yesterday, joins us now. Scott, first of all, good morning.
Good morning.
Explain what this political corruption investigation is all about.
Well, it's political corruption according to the government. Nobody on the other side is saying that they've done anything wrong. And on the surface of this, it's hard to see anything wrong. Because I tell you, you can't spit in this town without hitting some ex-legislator who went to work in some agency before the two-year ban or the two-year moratorium. And of course, the people, especially Randy, who is really the person that people really are after. We know that there is animus between the paper and Randy. There's animus between the district attorney and Randy from a political, ideological standpoint. And so I think the other players are, they're involved in this, obviously, but the person that's really at the center of this is Randy Terrill.
Well, so you say there's animus between these parties reporting and investigating this and the other, but is there the appearance, at least, that should be investigated that a law was broken? A criminal activity took place?
I don't think so. I've taken a look at this. I mean, this is it. There was a job set up. Now, if there was intent, or there was a conspiracy, or there's a piece of paper somewhere that says, well, let's intend to conspire, then that would change things. But on the surface, this just looks like business as normal. This fund that was set up, that money was transferred to the ME's office, or was going to be, the governor vetoed the bill, there was money taken from that to supplement the budgets of several agencies. And this money fund was basically a law passed authored by Representative Terrill to go after narco-terrorism, transfer of narco-terrorism money. So on the surface, it doesn't look like, it looks normal. Those bills passed, so it looked normal to a lot of legislators as well.
Who would have appointed that position had it not been vetoed?
I'm assuming the medical examiner's board.
Okay. All right. What are candidates filing for office? Because there's the talk that this was done because Mike Christian wanted Debbe Leftwich's seat, and then Christian saying, no, Prater's working with County Commissioner Brian Mon because Mon wanted the job. What are people that are filing for office saying about this situation?
Well, they're all at Twitter out there at filing yesterday because I was out there much of the day. I would say that over the weekend, the thing that made this story, gave it really legs, was, first off, Debbe Leftwich hiring a lawyer and running the lawyer out to talk. I've been advising lawyers on public cases for 20 years. I would not have advised that. If you're going to hire a lawyer, keep them hid for a while. Number two, Representative Christian's press conference, he was agitated, you could tell, and he decided he was going to run for his House seat, not the Senate seat. And at that point, you start seeing people start to blink. And I think until Randy came out yesterday, until Representative Terrill came out on our show, 1037.com. If you
Shameless plug.
That's right. Until he came out, it was all up from the district attorney and from the stories that had come out in print. So I would say yesterday, he's taken the news cycle and turned it. We know Randy Terrill. He's been on Your Vote Counts for 5 years. We watched him in the legislature. He'll fight till he's dead. And I think this is going to be the story that now goes to who else was involved if there was something wrong. That's if something was wrong.
Another part, could this impact the investigation? Was it pretty widely known among the people that run for office and hold office that Debbe Leftwich wasn't going to run for re-election?
Well, I'm told she was telling people as early as February that she wasn't going to run. And I'm also told that Representative Christian was, ready to go, and that they're not political allies. So maybe that adds to some of this case. But the fact is that a lot of people know, not a lot of people, but some key people knew she wasn't going to run. And also the thing that really hasn't been reported much is that she had a long history at the medical examiner's office. I mean, look, you got to take a look at what was happening in the law enforcement community. We started joking a couple of weeks ago on your vote council. We started calling him Governor Terrill. I think the governor comes in for some criticism here because we were talking about OSBI problems, highway patrol problems, medical examiner's office. It was really Randy who moved into the breach. The governor should have been more in charge here. If there's something wrong, it's because there was a lack of leadership. And Randy moved into this breach and started taking care of things as he perceived it. And so, you know, that's what happens. I mean, people start going, legislators are cutting this. I think that on the surface, it looked like he was trying to lead.
All right, grand jury, July 19th. That the next step?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so that's not a good place to be.
All right, Scott Mitchell, our political analyst, can be heard every morning where?
1037, streaming at 8 o'clock.
Thank you very much. Rob